One of the crucial parts in real estate is negotiations. Now, having a good real estate agent who can market your property, who can present the house really well, perhaps someone's got a flair to design, an eye to detail, is obviously critical. But once you've passed that stage, what happens is you start getting buyers through. You need to know how you are negotiating with these people. Negotiations actually start when you either get an inquiry or get that first phone call for that property, or a general inquiry from someone in the community. You have to understand that general inquiry could potentially be an inquiry on behalf of a purchaser who is actually interested in one of your client's homes. So, how you handle that, what to say, when to say, what not to say is really critical. You need to understand and train yourself to be a good negotiator, which is really critical part. Now, it hasn't happened, or it doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time. You need to put efforts into it, plus your real life experience in the trenches. When you actually get thrown in there, in the battlefield, you need to understand what sort of things that you can actually learn from. What are the ideas that you can develop into actions, and how you can absolutely protect your clients through the negotiations. I'll tell you a story. A small thing from a point we get a phone call about a property where someone's asking some information as an owner of a similar property in the area could potentially be someone getting some information out on the real value of a property, which is not an above market value, but that information could potentially go out to the actual purchaser who has not come forward. As a negotiator, you need to be able to understand that why that person's calling you. Understanding everyone's why is critical. When we are negotiating on a sale, we do understand that there's a why. When someone's making an offer, why? When someone's coming to the inspection, you need to understand their why. You need to understand when, why, what. All these basics can be applied in every aspect of life. So critical part is to understand and read between the lines, read the play. All right, so negotiations is not just when you negotiate at the time of the sale with the buyer. Negotiations do happen throughout. Sometimes the negotiations are just tiny and minute throughout the sale, whether the purchaser wants to bring other people back to see the property again. You need to understand and read between the lines whether it is a concerning part that they want to come back and how you're going to handle it, or some of the times where the building inspection report has come back. And we've seen many times where some building inspectors have gone a little too harsh on the property, where it's actually not requiring a certain amount of work, but they've listed a few items and they've provided a dollar figure to the purchaser that it might cost them to fix that, where we jump in rather than being an estate agent only during the sale, where generally speaking it's a conveyances discussion whether the parties agree or not. But being from the property development background, we do understand, and we do have people around us who we can rely on. If needed, we can consult with these specialists, go back and consult the reports and see whether there's an underlying issue or not. If not, then what is our course of action? How are we going to plan that negotiation back with the buyer? So in this case, I'll do a real case study where I've sent a copy of the building inspection report to Tony from Trueline and see what Tony has to say about that.
Good afternoon, Tony, Trueline Inspections.
Tony, this is Jazz.
Hey, Jazz.
Tony, how did you go with the report I sent you earlier for the property there?
Yes, I've had a look at that report, and the defect with the exterior roof, is that the one you're talking about?
Correct.
Yeah, no, that looked to me from the photos being totally exaggerated by the building inspector.
Okay.
I believe if the vendor has some minor repointing done to that roof, yeah, look, it's a common defect that we find, and we put it in as a minor defect.
Right.
Putting it as a major defect is totally exaggerated.
Right, gotcha. So it's pretty much getting a handyman or roof plumber in and getting that repointed, and pretty much we're good to go ahead.
Yeah, it's just some minor cracking. Obviously, we've had very windy days of recent, and that roof is a few years old. So yes, it just needs some maintenance.
And you reckon it'll be about a couple $100, not about $20,000, of course?
20,000. I mean, you could retile the whole roof for $20,000. So where these building inspectors get these figures from beats me.
Yeah.
It just needs some common
Yeah.
maintenance.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yep.
No,
And
right.
if the vendor needs any clarification or advice, please get him to give me
Yeah.
a call, and I'll try and help them out.
If needed, we might just do a second opinion. We get another inspection done ourselves.
Yeah, that's possible. Yes, we could do that. Easy.
Perfect.
Yes.
Alrighty.
No
Easy
worries.
done. Perfect, Tony. Thank you so much. Thanks a ton. You
Good on you,
always
Jez.
are help. Thank you so much. Much
No
appreciated.
worries. Thank you.
Cheers,
See you.
Tony.
Bye.
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 Now, next part. Let's talk about how you can best negotiate at the time of open for inspection. We will be doing a role play today with a real buyer to understand some basics of how a negotiation should ideally be taken place. This might be the early stage. Let's see what stage we can get to with this purchaser. Number one thing, if someone comes to the open home, depending on how busy the inspection is, you need to be able to position yourself that your open homes are absolutely 10 out of 10. Lights are on, curtains up, blinds open, presented well, smelling nice, garden, grass, everything's trimmed. The home is on the show. So as a seller, you need to absolutely make sure that your home is super well presented. Thereafter, when the purchasers come in, critical for us is to grab a photo ID. The reason we grab the photo ID is where we always gather as much information as possible. Now, when we're doing buyer callback, we are trying to also understand from a software that we have as estate agents to see the property that they're living in, whether they own that property or not. This is really critical information. This might not be sounding that it's important, but this person could potentially be selling their house or have just sold that property, or they might be looking at upsizing. The home that we are selling or the inspection that they've attended may be an upsize home for them. And they might be looking at solving a problem which could potentially be space, location, or another thing which we need to find out, which is that why that I was talking about in the last part. So someone turns up at the inspection, you grab the photo ID, you greet, and you obviously break the ice. You try to understand why they're there by asking a series of questions. One of the great questions that one estate agent can ask: Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, my name is Jazz. I'm here on behalf of my vendor at XYZ Smith Street. I'm here myself and my team members to look after you. Any questions, please let us know. Are you in our system, or perhaps have you inspected one of our homes before? If yes, then grab their phone number, look them up in the system, make sure all the details are there. Second, if not, then ask them about a photo ID. Let's get you registered and get this out of the way so we can now understand and also find out what exactly this home's like for you. You grab the details while grabbing their phone number or address. Great question to ask is, how's the sale of your property going? They might answer, I'm not selling yet, it's on the market, I'm going to rent it out, or it's a rental property, we are renting. That could be a first home buyer. They could have sold a property in the past, then you need to dig deeper. They would have sold a property potentially and are renting temporarily. They might have enough deposit. There could be an ideal buyer for you. You need to understand all these points to understand and gather how likely is their appetite to purchase a home. Now, we've always seen people have an appetite to go above and beyond to secure a property. So we want to make sure we leave no stone unturned to be able to gather that information. That's the first point of contact. The moment the buyer is inside the house and you haven't asked that information, it's so awkward when you're doing a buyer call back. Imagine I'm calling you back from the open home and I say, where do you live? I haven't asked this question at the open home. Now I'm calling you back and asking, Paul, whereabouts do you live? Paul would be like, why the hell you want to know my address? It's really unlikely that Paul, Smith, or John would give me the address. So it's critical that while they're on your turf, that you get their details. Open for inspections finished. The buyers have gone Saturday. Ideally, what you need to do is, as an agent, you need to call the buyers same day, Saturday itself. Try to give them a call, beat the other agents to it, because that is critical. You are leaving the buyers till Monday. If they don't have a memory or if they can't recall the property on Monday, highly likely either they're not interested or the property is not suitable. So you need to be that agent who actually jumps on the phone on Saturday afternoon itself. They may not answer the phone straight away, or they may not have gathered all the information about that property, or they may not have had discussions about it. That's fine. So when you do a second round of callback, then it is already a second call. You have built a rapport rather than making that call on a Monday. You've actually then made that phone call as a second time. It's highly likely for that person to be a little bit more flexible and open with you. So now I'm going to do a role play, how a good real estate agent and how a pro would actually do it. So now this is how the industry works. Majority of the real estate agents would actually do this, and they get this wrong. I'm going to make a phone call like any average real estate agent would, and you see the difference once I speak to the same person like a pro.
Hello, James speaking.
James, this is Jazz. How are you?
Yeah, good, good.
That's good, James. I met you at number 15 Smith Street here in Point Cook, opposite to the water. Just wanted to check in and see how did you go?
Right, yeah. We had a look at the property. It was a nice property.
Yeah, cool. Are
But
you
I think
interested in making an offer?
yeah, look, just the asking price is a bit high, so I'm not sure if we'll make an offer here.
Right, and prices, okay. What's your offer though?
Well, we were looking at 1.3 to 1.4.
Nah, mate. The asking price is 1.5, 1.6. The vendor's not going to take it. So I reckon, yeah, you're too far. Sorry about that.
Yeah, look, no problems.
Thanks, Bart. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Now, that's how an agent would do it, not a pro. A pro negotiator will do this. G'day,
Good day,
James.
James speaking.
Hey, James. This is Jazz from Jazz Real Estate. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. How about yourself?
Very well, thank you. It was absolutely lovely to meet you guys at 14 Smith Street in Point Cook, right opposite to the water. How beautiful the view was.
Yeah, look, it was a great view and the property was great. The kids loved it.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Now, I just wanted to quickly ask you a quick question, James. Now, do you guys see yourself living in the home?
Yeah, look, I had a chat with the wife, and I think we can definitely see ourselves there. But just the price is a bit high. I
Okay.
think at this point.
And James, before I go further on price, I want to ask you a couple of questions, if that's okay.
Yeah, okay.
And I know you're a very generous person. We will definitely come to some sort of agreement, and I'm happy to work with you to help you secure the house that you like and your family likes, okay? Now, this is how I operate. I love to work with my purchasers, get them the house that they want. So let's work together on this if you like the home. If you don't like the home, of course, price is obviously irrelevant. Now, I can see that you're currently living on 14 Jameson Street at the moment, which is a single story house. And is this the space, the problem that you guys are trying to find a solution for, or is it something else that you guys are looking at?
Yeah, look, to be completely honest, kids are getting old, and we need a new space, and we need a school nearby. So that's really the main motivation of moving.
Right, yeah, gotcha. I know there's a secondary school near the property that you came to, and of course it'll be convenient for your children as well. And I know the home you're living in at the moment, the high school would be, of course, a bit of a drive. How would that feel in the morning getting stuck in the traffic?
I mean, it'll be definitely something that I would look forward to.
Absolutely.
Get some of those hours back.
Of course. Imagine, yeah, you hit the nail. Imagine 1 hour every day, morning, and 1 hour in the evening. If you're lucky not getting stuck in the traffic, you multiply that by 365 days. How many hours are you saving?
Yeah, I mean, I've been talking with the wife about that, and that's something that we're definitely looking at. But again,
Exactly.
it's just about where we can get it for the right price.
Yeah. Do you work from home or do you work from the office, James?
Depends. A couple of days in the office and mostly at home.
Perfect. And imagine if you're working from the study downstairs with a water view at the front. That would be the perfect view for you to work from home versus now, the home you're in. It's a lovely home by all means, but you obviously see a lot of cars driving past and you can see that blonde brick house right opposite to your study.
Yeah, look, as much as I would love it for myself, I just also have to think about the family, you know, what's best for the family as well.
Of course,
So,
of course, of course. Now, James, when would you like to make this your own home?
look, we're pretty much ready to move. It just depends on the right property for us, and this property doesn't seem too bad. Again, price
Okay.
is always a problem.
Right. Now, let's take the problem word out of the dictionary for now. I'm here to find a solution for you. And do I have your commitment that you'll work with me as much as I would like to work with you?
Look, we're interested in the house, so I don't see why not.
Okay. Now, the vendors are quoting about 1.5 to 1.57. And where do you
Okay.
see yourself in that bracket?
We were thinking maybe in the 1.4, pushing 1.45, maybe.
1.4, 1.45. Okay. Now, let's hold on that price. Now, can I ask you a quick question if that's okay?
Yeah.
Based on what sale or how did you arrive at 1.4, 1.45? This is a $50,000 gap. Now, am I taking 1.4 as your offer or 1.45?
Look, I think it's not a fixed price at this point, but we had a look around the area and there was a property that sold for a similar price. So
Are you talking about are you talking about Matthew Street, the one sold for 2 months, sold for 1.455 2 months
yes,
ago?
that one. Yes.
Okay, now I've seen that property inside myself. This is what we do as part of our research for our vendors. I've been inside that house. James, it was not even closed. With all due respect, it was a lovely home in a great location. Now that house is about 21 years old home. The school zone is different, and it doesn't have a bedroom and bathroom downstairs, and it doesn't have timber floorings. Neither it has a fully tiled bathrooms. Doesn't have a fresco at the back. It's got a pergola, which is lovely, of course, but it's not part of the structure of the home. And it doesn't have the ideal backyard that this one is amazingly done. And it also got the Buddha and the spa at the back as well. So you definitely look into that thing. It's not comparable. So if it was a comparable property, I'm more than happy to refer back to my vendor and suggest that that's a feedback from the market. Now, how do you want me to compare this and justify that sale? You tell me. I'm in your hands. If you're the vendor.
Yeah, look, obviously, you know, the seller wants the best price, but I'm just having to think. I mean, the way you put it, obviously the properties don't compare. You're talking about a 20-year-old property, and this one, like you said, was 4 years. Did you say?
This is just 4 years, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Okay.
it comes another 3 years structural warranty as well.
Right. Okay.
Having a
Yeah.
peace of mind is critical.
Look, I'm definitely interested. It's just something I'll have to talk to the family further about.
Absolutely, please, by all means. And look, I was talking to Laura. She's between circa the range about 1.5 north of 1.5.
So who's Laura?
I'm sorry. I was just getting into another buyer's offer and stuff. Sorry. Yeah. Look, I was talking to another lady who's coming at about 3:30 today, and I've been quoted about circa north of 1.5. I'm not too sure. I've seen people coming in, making an offer at the top end or just over the top end to be able to secure the property. That leaves them no stone unturned and guarantees highly likely that they will secure the property before people would start thinking, trying to negotiate, and they'll snap the property under the nose as well. So I just wanted to ask you, like, if you are catching up, are you thinking that your offer would be circa within the range, or what's your thought process like?
Yeah, look, I'm happy to make the first offer because we are interested in the property. So
That's good.
it's not something that I want to have regrets over. So yeah, why not? Let's catch up.
Okay, not a problem at all. Easy done. So I'll come to you. What's the time now? All right, I'll be there in 20 minutes. We'll catch up. I'll bring the copy of the contract. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll just give you a quick rundown how the offers are made. So I'll bring a legal document, which is Section 32 in contract of sale, which I sent across to you. Did you get the reviewed from your conveyancer already?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
that's good.
yeah.
Now, once you make an offer, there will be an initial deposit, which is about circa, for this price point, about $5,000 initial deposit. and remaining deposit balance payable upon offer acceptance. You good with that?
Yeah. I think we should be fine.
Okay, no problems at all. Easy done. I'll be there with you with the contract. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Would
See you
love
soon.
to help you making this beautiful home yours.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get it done.
Great. And would you and Lani will be there together?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. I'll see you guys together soon.
Sure. Bye.
Thanks, James. Bye.
No worries.
You see the gist of it? This is how you meet face to face. You try to qualify every time. You try to understand, take the property away. Try to understand, do your research, have multiple offers will always get you the best outcome. Now, we're at a pointy end of a negotiation. I've got an offer from James, went to his home, got him up from 1.45 to about 1.54, and now we're about to sell the property. This is how you would negotiate and see what's their best walkaway first before you start directing them. It's good to direct the person. However, you need to direct them after a point that you know that that's their walkaway.
Hello, James speaking.
G'day, James. This is Jazz.
Hi, Jazz. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Mate, how you feeling?
Yeah. Hopefully, we can get it for what we discussed.
Yeah. How would you feel if I can get you the property today?
Look, excellent.
Okay.
Perfect. That'd be the perfect day.
What if I say you bought the property? Let me finish. You bought the property, but you haven't bought the doors and the windows and the garage doors yet. You're not too far, but you're not there yet.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now, your offer is currently a 1.54. We are at the final decision making point. We are at the pointy end of the sale. I'm giving one final phone call to everyone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what number James would say, Jazz, anything above this, sell the property without letting me know. A cent above this, sell it without letting me know. Is 1.54 your walkaway, where you say anything above this, you're happy to miss out?
Look, we've already come up from, I think we started at 1.45. I think this is pretty much, as much as I can do at this point.
Okay. So not sounding convincing. Now, 1.45, you've started because you wanted to start at that price, not that where the court range was. You can obviously start from 1.3 and come up to 1.5 and say, I've come up 200,000, does not mean you've come up 200,000. What you've come up is at about roughly 20% within the guide of compared to the offer that you were making. Now, you've come up at 1.54 from 1.5 to 1.57 range, right? So you are just over the middle part of the range, which every buyer would generally do to be able to secure the property. That's a safe zone generally. Now, it's about 7 p.m. now, and we're selling the property at 7:30. Vendors have made a decision. They'll either be taking your offer or someone else's offer, right? The thing that you have to discuss now and let me know is, because I don't want you to think that I haven't given you a fair chance.
Yeah, sure. Go on.
What is the number? If I've got 1.54, which obviously is from you, if I've got an offer higher than that, are you okay for me to sell it now thereafter and let you know and give the refund of the deposit?
Well, are you expecting a higher number?
Well, I'm not asking you to give me a higher number unless you want to secure the property.
Well, do you have a number in mind that you think?
Look, for me, I'd say 1.57. I'll shake your hands now. Again, it's yours. I don't have to go back to anyone else, or potentially may have to give a fair chance. As I was telling you before, that if you were the only person making an offer at the higher point, now I've got other parties interested, so I have to be respectful to them as well, as you would expect me to do that for you as well.
Well, this is like the property's perfect for us, Jazz. So
That's exactly why I would say, if I was you, I would be kicking in my guts if I lose it, right? Okay.
Okay. Well, let me have a word with Lenny.
Okay, I'll
Uh,
hold. I'll hold. That's fine. I'll hold.
yeah, just give me a minute.
No problems. You never, at this point, try not to hang up. Try to negotiate while on the phone. Get that last point. Don't hang up, because then what will happen is you lose control. They'll make other phone calls, friends, or perhaps other people. You want them to speak to their partner.
Hi, Jazzy there.
Hey, James.
Okay. Are you willing to go unconditional? We can max. Look, we'll be stretching our budget here, but max we can do is 565.
1.565 unconditional.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's like we walk away at that point.
Look, I will take that in writing, right? I'll get the initials on it. At this stage, unfortunately, I can't say whether it's yours at that price. I still need to go back to the vendor. I'll get this signed up, and I'm going to send you DocuSign. Can you please initial on 1.565? I'll cross out the loan condition, and give me. It's already 7:05, and 7:30 we're selling. So I'll quickly do this before the decision's made. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'll
Okay.
give you a buzz back at 7:30, whether it's yours or not. Now, just so I know, 1.565, anything above that, if I go 1.566, 1.567, do you want me to sell it to them?
Um. No. Just give me a quick buzz and we can have a chat.
Chat about what? You said you're giving me the best.
Yeah, we have. I think we've pretty much stretched as much as we could. But again, if it's a couple
What is the
thousand,
number? Again, I'll ask the same question. Please, with all due respect, please listen to this question carefully. At what point James would say to me, Jazz, sell it to someone else? Is it at 1.566? I can sell it to someone else because you're at 1.565. Or there's room for you to tweak.
look, to be perfectly honest, 70.
1.57?
Yeah, that's where we walk away.
Okay, done. Easy. All right, I'm sending you 1.57, which is top end of the range. Contract's coming to you now in DocuSign. I'll give you a call when I send the paperwork. Please answer the phone, and we'll do that together while I've got you on the phone.
All right, send it through.
All right, James, thanks for working with me. I really appreciate it, mate. I'll try my best to get to the property. It's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
value.
please do.
It's still good value. I can tell you one thing now. A lot of people look back 2, 3 years later and thank themselves, not me, thank themselves that they've actually secured the right property for their family,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the
Look, I
values
can
go
see
up.
that. I can see
I
that.
remember I sold a property in Mill Pond Drive back in 2019 for 785, where similar properties were selling for around 720. It was an auction. Now, if you look at that property, that's currently sitting at 1.2, 1.3.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Look, I'll take your word. I'll take your word.
Well, it's not about me. It's about you guys. So I'm helping you guys.
Yeah, look, we're happy. We're happy with the property. It is a bit over the price we wanted to pay, but I think we'd be happy once it's all done and
It's
dusted.
price you pay, James, the value you get. If
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
value for your family, then it's not a price that you're paying. You're actually investing in your family.
And look, at the end of the day, it is for them. So I
There you go.
understand what you say.
Perfect. Easy done. Thanks, James. I'll be in touch soon.
Thanks, Jazz. I'm just hoping you give me
Yep.
that call back soon.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to send you the copy of the contract to re-sign again, and
Yeah.
we'll take it further from there.
All right. Sounds good.
Easy done. Thanks, James. See you soon.
Thanks, Jazz.
Bye.
Bye.
Top end. That's how you try to get the best out of the person without giving them the price that the vendor wants. The vendor could have been sitting at 1.54, 1.53, not 1.57. So you always try to extract the best before you know what's the best in that buyer. This could potentially be the last. Then you have to see what else you've got. Then you understand in a private sale what is the market prepared to pay.